All right, guys, how's it going? Well, I've been very busy this morning, as you know, and this is the first opportunity I've had to speak to you about these claims concerning Luis Diaz today, Barcelona, Manchester City, and just bring you up to speed with them and then give you a little bit of input as to what I think could be going on. Now, this journalist, Marcos Benito at El Chiringuito, has claimed that Manchester City have reached an agreement with the player, therefore have unofficially agreed personal terms with him, and are saying that they'd be willing to pay 70 million euros to sign him. It would be a 5-year contract. Negotiations with Liverpool are yet to get underway, so no contact between the two clubs, if you even believe the suggestion. And this journalist said the most important movement of the summer is about Luis Diaz, the white Colombian from Liverpool. They just told me that he has an agreement with Manchester City, an agreement of Luis Diaz with Manchester City, a 5-season contract. City is willing to pay 70 million euros. They tell me that the agreement between the player and the club is total. Therefore, they have got a solid agreement with Manchester City. We will see what happens with Liverpool if he finally ends up accepting. But right now, this is what comes to me. Luis Diaz has an offer from Manchester City for 5 seasons in exchange for 70 million euros. Those claims have been rubbished both on Merseyside and in Manchester from journalists that cover both clubs. You've got to be careful as to what they're denying. Liverpool, have you had an offer from Man City? No, we haven't had an offer from Man City. Man City, have you made an offer to Liverpool? No, we haven't made an offer to Liverpool. Have you made an offer to the player? Well, they can't turn around and say yes, because they'd be breaking rules. So we'll come back to it. The other stuff regarding Diaz today is that the Liverpool Echo singled out a report from overseas. I think it was from Spain, saying that Barcelona had reignited their interest in Luis Diaz. I spoke about Luis Diaz earlier this week. As you know, I've been getting the Spanish dailies because of the Subamende stuff, and I said that I would continue to buy them just while the window's open, in case there's anything to do with Luis Diaz, especially in this one. This is the Catalan region newspaper that, as you can see, you open it up and it's Barca. It's Barca. It's Barca. It's Barca. And I've been reading this every day, and there's nothing in here today about Barcelona and Luis Diaz. Those are different. I buy the print ones because they're different to the online versions. And these tend to be much more informative, although they can be a little bit more outdated because they were printed during the night, okay? Now, bear with me, I'm exceptionally tired. I have hardly had any sleep last night. So, what I did tell you earlier this week from that newspaper was that they wrote that Luis Diaz now has to win the trust, if you like, or win over Arne Slot and convince Arne Slot that he's committed to playing for Liverpool, because everybody knows that Luis Diaz really wants to go to Barcelona. And that was the article. Oh, he's got to win over Arne Slot. He hasn't got his move to Barcelona that he wanted. Time's running out for that to happen. They spoke about Olmo going there. One moment, please. Dani Olmo makes Barcelona return, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they spoke about that, and they were saying that, that doesn't help the situation if Luis Diaz's chances, blah, blah, blah. But the article said that the president of Barcelona and the sporting director remain huge fans of Luis Diaz. Really, really like him. They think he's ideal for Barcelona, ideal. And that's something we've heard for a long time. And the suggestion in the article earlier this week, or last week, whenever it was, what day are we on? Tuesday, it must have been last week, I think, was that Barcelona may reignite their interest. They may return at some point. And then within a day of that, there was various other things came out online. But I think they'd heard that, and I think they then twisted it and spun it, and Chinese whispers, and all of a sudden Barcelona want Luis Diaz again. I think Barcelona do want Luis Diaz, but it's about this, and Barcelona are not in a great position. I think Liverpool would still sell him as well. So what about the Manchester City stuff? Is this genuine? Manchester City could have, had conversations and said we'd be willing to do this. but it's been denied by the local media in Manchester. What I suspect is, if this isn't a genuine link by Manchester City, is that it's Luis Diaz's father again. I've got to be honest with you. There's people at the club that think, that think his dad's a bit of a shyster. Do you know what I mean? That he's always looking for something else, something better, a better deal, better this, better that, better club. They've got that feeling he's a bit of a... I'm not saying they don't like him, I'm just saying they think he's a bit of a fucking, I don't know, Colombian fucking Del Boy or something like that, And do you remember when PSG were linked with Luis Diaz? I didn't believe that at all. I thought that was his dad at work, again, trying to put pressure on Barcelona. Hey, PSG want my son, kind of thing. And now we've gone from PSG, who are a very wealthy club, to Manchester City, another very wealthy club. It's quite coincidental, isn't it? You know what I mean? So I get the feeling that if this isn't genuine, because I have no idea, I'm not a Twitter twat, right? I don't know, right? You know what I mean? Not that any of them fucking know either, but you get my point. I'm not trying to claim I know here. I think that I can imagine his father putting this out to that journalist, or Man City want him now. Because if you think about it, the quotes that the journalist said were, let me find it for you. The bit that made me wonder this. The journalist said, they, right? That followed: the most important movement of the summer is about Luis Diaz, the wide Colombian from Liverpool. They just told me that he has an agreement with Manchester City. Who is they? Well, it ain't Liverpool, right? It ain't Manchester City. So who's there? That to me means the Diaz camp. So I think the Diaz camp, his dad, is putting this out there as like, well, the transfer window's closing soon, son. We need to get it out there, or else it ain't going to happen this summer. That's what I think. Don't mean I'm right. Don't know. What do you think? They do say Dunk knows best around these parts. DKB, just saying. So, if he leaves, if he did leave, if it was like, if you want Anthony Gordon from Newcastle, you want Man City to sign him, I say. But I'm not so sure about this one, guys, to be honest with you. I just think it's coincidental that two of the wealthiest clubs in Europe are interested with Luis Diaz, and the speculation, about Luis Diaz and Barcelona. I'm just convinced it's his dad. That's what I think, anyway. No idea if I'm right or wrong. I do apologise. I'm exceptionally tired. I did have like 4 hours sleep last night, but it was broken sleep. I was up several times during the night. I'm exhausted, guys. But we're going live on here in a minute. So, well, we're going live on here in about 10 minutes. But by the time you're watching this video, we're probably live or we've finished. We'll also be live on here at 7 o'clock tonight, all right? If you appreciate the video, I'm not sure it's really helpful, to be honest. I'm just giving you a little bit of, opinion. If you appreciate that, please give me a thumbs up. Please drop me a comment. Your opinion is equally as important as mine. And if you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, I think coffee, to be honest with you, you can hit the super thanks button, the love heart button under the video to support me. If you can't do it through YouTube, or you don't want to do it through YouTube, there's other methods in the video description. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to go live, and I'll speak to you in a bit, guys. All right, take care.